Okay. So thank you so much for allowing me to ask you some questions today. I'm with Dr. Jesus. Don't tell me. Guaracuco.
Yeah.
Did I do it?
Yes, you
Guaracuco?
did.
Jesus Guaracuco.
Correct.
Otherwise known as Jesus from the OR.
Yeah,
So
that's true.
you had a famous name, right? And we're going to talk about that in a minute. But I was just so blown away by your story about how you were able to get residency this year, match. And quickly, will you tell me just a little bit about how long you've been here? How many times did you apply for residency and your match this year, just really quickly?
Yeah, well, thank you. Thank you, Simone, for your invitation. Well, I'm from Venezuela. I'm here in the United States in 2018. I came 4 years ago. I really started my pathway in the USMLEs on mid 2019. I took my step 1 in 2020, December 2020, took my step 2 CK on July 2021, the OET on August 2021, and apply on September 2021. And I finally matched this year, March in 2022. So if like 3 years, the whole process is my first time applying, and I got this categorical position at Larkin Community Hospital in Miami, which I'm very excited about it. So yes, that's my story.
And that's in surgery, right? Categorical.
Correct.
Means surgery.
Yes.
Okay.
General surgery.
So, okay. So when I heard your story, I thought immediately that there are so many IMGs that could benefit from your networking strategies. I mean, there's a lot of wisdom here, but I really wanted to concentrate on that. So we're going to talk about the top 5 networking strategies for IMGs as related to your experience. And so to use it kind of as a model, even a template, I think is so strong and powerful. And so the first one that we sort of talked about that would be number 1 is connecting with people from the same country or language. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Sure.
And how to do it?
Of course. Well, at the beginning is very, you're coming from another country. It's with a lot of uncertainties, a lot of, fears that you don't know anyone. You feel like you're alone in this pathway. So at the beginning, and there's a lot of people like me telling you, you have to do networking, and you don't know even what networking means. So networking is just the way that you're going to connect with people that are going to help you to build your pathway in order to get what you want, which is match into any residency. Okay, so at the beginning it's easier, always easier to reach out to people that you can relate easily, like people from your country, in my case from Venezuelan doctors that were working already here in the US, or people even from another countries, but Hispanics that I can talk even in Spanish. So if you come from Africa, you can talk with African doctors. If you come from India, you can talk with Indian doctors, or any other country in the world. So sometimes it's easier to reach out to those people because you can start a conversation just saying, hey, I'm from Venezuela. Maybe it's the same university. So you can try to, search a little bit who that person is, what that person is doing. So when you can start a conversation, you already have, like a theme, something to start speaking, to start talking.
So we were talking about maybe professional organization, WhatsApp groups, and it seems like you could do that even if you're not in the United States. If you're in your home country and you're looking forward to the future, this is the very first step. You can lay your groundwork, like your foundation, this way.
You can do everything online now. We have a lot of good network tools. Like we have LinkedIn, which is in a professional app that you can connect with people around the world. You have Twitter. Twitter has a specific, in the medical field, there's a hashtag, which is hashtag MedTwitter. If you use hashtag MedTwitter and then write something, a lot of people from the medical fields gonna read the tweet, and you can start building connection as well. And through organizations, for example, I reach out to Venezuelan American Association with our Venezuelan doctors here. As well, I'd reach out to National Hispanic Medical Association, Medical Organization of Latino Advancement, all those organizations that are already here and from Hispanic population. So I reach out to them and see, oh, who are the board, the medical board, oh, the doctor, this doctor and the other doctor, oh, this is from Venezuela, oh, this is from Nicaragua, this is from Peru. So I can, but what are those emails? I start searching the emails and start sending emails, start following them on Twitter, on LinkedIn, on any other social media that I can, write them, like just text them or send them an email saying who I am, what's my plan is, how can they help me. So I think you have to start doing that like right now, like tomorrow.
Like yesterday.
Yeah.
Okay, that's great. And I know that we won't get into it, but I'm assuming that you have to keep organized with that to know whom you're speaking to, right? So and your connections with certain people. Okay, so number 2, the second networking strategy would be to get involved with an organization, a program, a hospital that connects you with people who can help you in your pathway. So like now let's just say you're here in the United States. And if you're eligible, you can do certain things. You could work, you could volunteer. Tell us a little bit about that and also what you did specifically.
Okay, so in this part, let's say there's like 2 ways. Okay, so there are some IMGs that can work in the United States, either because they have an employment authorization, green cards, etc. And there are some IMGs that they cannot work because they have on a visa, a student visa or any other type of visa. Okay, so but for both options, what I'm gonna suggest is to try to find a place, okay, hospital, where you can start building your network. And when I say that is, for me, I needed to find a place with general surgeries, residency, or into an OR that I can talk with different general surgeons. If you're going to do something different, let's say you're going to do internal medicine, family medicine, so go ahead and find a place where there is already a family medicine residency program there, or there's a lot of doctors that you can start building a relationship, okay? Because sometimes IMGs try to find the closest place to home, or the easiest place to go. And sometimes in those places, there are not opportunities for you. You can start doing volunteering, or you can start working as a medical assistant. And let's say you're going to apply for internal medicine, but you are doing pediatrician medical assistant. So it doesn't work. You have to have a plan. If you're going to, for me, because I was applying for general surgery, in my mind, I have to do something related to this in order that, because I need something that can help, that I can have like clinical experience here, and people that I can connect with, that they maybe recommend me, or through them I can, meet someone else. So I started
So it's a 2-for-1 thing. You got
yes.
both clinical experience and you connected with people. And so how
And
did
at
you
the
do
end,
that?
yes, and at the end, everything is networking. Okay, in my mind was just networking. It doesn't matter how much money I'm gonna get with that job, how many hours I'm gonna need for that job. In my mind was, my plan was, I'm gonna use this to get connections that can help me to get my residency. So when I started doing surgical assistant, I had general surgery experiences. I did like a 2,000 surgeries in the last 3 years. That helped me to build my CV, like a strong CV, saying that I already have this experience in this country. I was able to work with different doctors in different specialties. So all of them at the end, because I built a relationship with them, I told them what my plans was. They offered me, when I told, hey, I'm applying, yes, of course, I want to write you a letter of recommendation. And I got 5 without asking.
Wow.
So you found a letter of recommendation in that job, and I started building networking with different other positions, which we're going to talk later. But
Yeah.
that's what I mean is that you need to go to the place that you believe that it's going to help you to build your career, your CV, and get connections to for your future residency application.
So I think a surgical assistant is a great idea for someone who wants to go in surgery, but it seems like you were connecting with so many specialties that
Yes,
someone
so
who,
not only surgery, you can
yeah,
do
and not only
surgical
surgery.
assist. Yes, you can do surgical assisting if you're gonna do neurosurgery, if you're gonna do orthopedics, if you're gonna do OB-GYN, if you're gonna do urology, general surgery, what else? I think those 5 are like all, let's say all surgical specialties. It's a good idea to do surgical assistant. Of course, for this one, you need a employment authorization, social security number, like a status here to work. But if you cannot do that, you can still do your network going to those hospitals and try to ask for observatories or volunteer positions in the surgical department, in the general surgery department. That's very important.
So I think that that's great advice. And then, so once you're there and you're in that position, whether it's paid or not, your third networking strategy was to let everyone know your intentions, just in general, and to tell your story to everyone.
I think this is very important. And
that's
it's
friendship. I'm supposing that's friendship.
It's friendship. And as well, it's like giving yourself like a, when you talk about your experience, all that you have done for, in your past is like approving all the things that you already did, like you are being proud of that. And now, because you're in this position, you can do a lot of things more than that. So first, I always tell everyone I'm a doctor from Venezuela. Now I did a general surgery residency back there. I have a lot of experience, but now I'm studying for my exam, for my boards. I'm gonna apply for a match, and probably in a couple of years, I'm gonna be starting my residency in general surgery. So everyone knows what my plan was since day one in my job. Even when I apply for the position, I told them, this is my plan. I want to work here for at least 2 or 3 years, but then I'm going to apply for a general surgery position. I know this hospital has a big network of general surgery programs, and I would love to apply to any general surgery residency from this company. I told them that
very specifically, very specific. Yeah.
It was very specific, and always, repeating. And after a time, everyone in the hospital knows that there is a Venezuelan doctor in the OR that is applying for the
Jesus from the OR.
Yeah, Jesus from the OR. He is applying for the general surgery residency. Everyone knows what my plan was. So I think that's very important. At the same time, the people respect that. Sometimes for IMGs, we try to don't say, or sometimes a lot of IMGs don't say that they are doctors because they are doing something else that is not, physician.
Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking about a client of mine. She was like a medical assistant in a hospital, and she wasn't telling anybody she was a doctor. And also, she didn't want to put on her CV that she was a medical assistant. I said, well, you're making a mistake in 2 ways. You should tell everyone that you're a doctor, number one, and tell them your plan. And number 2, you need to put on there that you're a medical assistant, or else you have a gap in your employment. So if it's not if you don't think it's good enough to go on your CV, move to a different kind of position. But I felt like it was better than nothing. You're at least in the medical field. You are helping patients. You are learning the system.
Yes, I think a lot of doctors feel that medical assistant position is not helping at all. And I think it is, but you have to use it, in your favor. I mean, you have to, when you apply, when you fill the ERAS application, you have to put the work experience. You're going to put medical assistant, but you have to put what did you learn, what did you did in that. So in that spaces where, yes, I help a lot, I don't know, 400 patients in filling the documentation, counseling, advising patients, a lot of things you can do. And as well, you can do networking with the doctor that you're working with.
Yeah, I mean, when we first started working together, she was like so embarrassed about that. I was like, why would you be? And she ended up matching, by the way, but it was to like an internship, like a 1-year internship, which was the next level for her. So it was good. But I always recommend people to, and that's a good point, think about how your job is related to being a resident, the things that you have to do as a resident, and keep that note. And you can use that in your supplemental application as well. So that works. Okay, thank you for that. And then number 4, the fourth networking strategy for IMGs is to think business. So when you are making connections, think about the business, the administration of the program or the hospital, the CEOs, the COOs, the CFOs. And you said something like find an angel in the administration and also maybe follow them on LinkedIn and engage.
Yes, I think this is very important, and a lot of people, they don't know about this, right? A lot of IMGs.
Oh, this was the first time I heard about it. It seems like it makes sense. It's logical, but it would be so scary, I think.
I know, it is scary, but I mean, the medical field in the United States is all about business. Okay, so we need to know that. And the influence of all these people, the chief financial officer, the chief medical officer, the chief executive officer, they have a big influence in the decisions of how many residents we're going to have in this year for this program. How do we need more Hispanics? Do we need more for IMGs? Do we need more US MDs or DOs? I mean, those decisions, they made those decisions, and that's the real deal. So if we don't know that, we are missing a big part, an important part of this equation. So you should reach out to those people as well, because they can connect you with people from the same level from different hospitals, because they interconnect each other. So which I did, I went directly, okay, who's the CEO from a hospital? So this is the CEO, this is the CFO, this is the CMO. Sometimes you don't know, but all the hospitals, they have a lot of opportunities. They always send emails with all the opportunities that they have. And I saw that they have a mentorship program in the hospital, and the mentorship program was for people inside the hospital who want to growth inside the company as in a leadership position. It's more for administration and stuff like that. But I
went anyway.
I emailed them anyway. I applied. I told them, I'm not interested right now in a leadership position, but I want to be in this mentorship program because I want someone inside the company who helped me apply for a residency.
So you were honest and forthcoming, but you got your name out there.
Yes, correct. And I told them it is very important that this company this company help people like me, which is I'm a minority. I'm people in a tech in the OR who no one knows. If you help me during this process and I finally match, this hospital is making a difference, helping their employees, and people after me want to come here, work here, because they really help the employees. So I can be an example for that. So we can win-win. Okay, so after I sent that email, they accepted me in the mentorship program. Okay. So my mentor was a CEO from another hospital.
Whoa.
And through them,
in the system, I guess, in the same system.
The same company, which is HCA, which is the biggest company in the United States. Yeah. So my mentor was the chief medical officer of the hospitals, and the CEO in my hospital. She did. I met her in one of the. The hospital do a lot of things like they celebrate different things in the hospital.
Yeah, like
People
meet
get
and
engaged
greets and
in
things
meet and
like that.
greets.
Yeah.
When I finally met her, like in person, of course, I introduced myself, who I was, and since that day, I told her what my plan was. Like, I'm this person. I'm from Venezuela, and I'm applying for the residency, everything. And she was very interested in my story. So then after that, I follow her on LinkedIn because she has a professional profile there. She is very active, and
Good.
I start, putting those likes and comments and on all their posts, engage in doing this engagement, writing, telling her my ideas. And after that, we build a relationship. I sent in some ideas from the OR. She liked those ideas. We did that on the OR. And so, I mean, because I know we are more than a surgical assistant. My point of view was as a doctor, as as an entrepreneur, as a leader. So
Yeah.
I was talking different things. So at the end of when I was applying, I asked for a meeting with her. And when I got to the meeting with her, the and she just told me, okay, tell me what are your plans? What are you doing in this? What are you doing right now? So by that time, I already applied. I sent the applications for the programs, and then she told me, okay, what can I do for you?
Okay, I'm going to stop you. So
Okay.
number 5, this is drum roll, please. Be ready for the big ask. The big ask is, what can I do for you? So when this person, this influencer asks you, what can I do for you? You have to be ready to know how that person can help you. You have to have done your homework. You have to be prepared for that. So when she
Yes.
asked you that, what can I do to help you? Were you ready?
I was.
Okay.
So this is the real deal. If
Mhm.
you are doing network, you have to have a plan. You know why you are doing this, because you're not putting all this effort from nothing. So you have to be
Yeah.
prepared.
Yeah, all of this is for this moment. I mean, this
Yeah,
is what the ultimate purpose
this is the
is.
ultimate purpose of the networking.
Yeah.
So
Mm-hmm.
when that person asks you that, that can happen in the day one that you meet
Yeah,
that person, or
right.
after a year, 2 years of relationship, you don't know. But when that person asks you, when she asks me, what can I do for you, or how can I help you, I was prepared. I had a folder
Okay.
to that meeting,
Right. You
just
brought your
waiting
folder.
for that question. Okay. So when she asked me, I have my folder, all my papers. Okay, this is what I want you to do for me. This company has 18 residency programs. Okay. These are the programs directors, the program coordinator. These are the numbers, these are the emails. I want you to send them a letter of recommendation. So what are you going to write on that letter? Who I am, who do you think, why do you think you're recommending me for that position, my strength, my skills, anything that you can say positive, and then follow up on those letters, those emails. And she said, okay, good, let's do that.
She did.
So
So she wasn't like, how dare you? She wasn't that way. She wanted to help you.
she wanted to help you.
She
There,
wanted to have, we always think, oh, they're too busy. I can't ask them. And I love that you gave her some ideas about what to include in this
yes,
email.
they're gonna
So
ask
she
you,
didn't
what
have
can
to
I,
do any,
yes.
it didn't add any burden to her. Just probably she had her secretary or administrative assistant do it and she sent it.
Yeah,
So
and she sent them. After that, she followed up on them. She texted me on my private phone number. Hey,
wow.
I got a reply from Kansas. I got a reply from this hospital, and actually, I got an interview in one of the hospital because of that conversation, which was in
Wow.
Kansas City. So it does work.
Yeah.
So, but you have to be prepared for the question. You have to know what to say in that moment. Otherwise, you're going to lose that opportunity.
Right. And you said that you applied to, I don't know how many applied, but you had 18 interviews or 18 that you applied to?
No, I applied to a bunch. I applied like 150 programs. So for
Mm-hmm.
IMGs, usually we applied a lot of programs. And sometimes I feel that I didn't have to apply to that many because
Mm.
probably because I ran out of time when I was applying. I just decided to apply to all those. I didn't do like a extensive research on all of them.
But
So
you
I
did
was
say that all your interviews came from networking. So
some of
how many
them.
interviews did you get?
I did three
Oh, you did
only.
3. And all 3 were, oh, okay, 18 sorry, I'm reading from my notes. So there was
No,
18
18
programs
programs from HCA.
from HCA. Got it. So you got 3 interviews. Now,
Yeah.
a lot of people would be really upset with that, that small amount.
The thing
But
is that
all
we
of
only need
those
one.
came from networking.
Yes. The thing is that we only need one.
You only
So
need one.
I only need one.
Yeah.
You only need one. Whoever is gonna listen to this
Yeah,
video.
not me. You wouldn't want me.
I know, but it is important to know that sometimes you feel that, oh, I just got one interview. I had a friend. He sent like I don't know how many programs he applied to, a lot of programs, more than me, and he just got one interview, just one, and he matched.
There
So
you go. There you go.
you just need one.
Yep. And I've
You
had
need-
people that just got one, didn't match, but then matched in soap. So I mean, it that can work as well.
yeah.
So and so now here you are on your way. I feel like, this information is so valuable and it can just be anybody's template. I think you've got to start working on it yesterday, though, right? You have to just start working on it yesterday.
Yesterday. Start right now.
And I tell you what, Jesus, I know why you got matched. I know because of a quote that I have here. You said, always be willing to be the dumbest person in the room. And to me, that shows that you have a teachable heart. And when you have a teachable heart, people can connect with that. They can connect
Yes.
with that. You're open to things. And, that's what makes a great surgeon, a great doctor, a great resident, a great coworker. And that's what people are really looking for. They're looking for people. Can that person, be my work friend? If you can't, if you're always asking questions, you're curious about people and others, I think that comes through as genuine. And that, I promise, that made the difference.
It does.
It
That's
does.
true.
It
Totally
does.
true.
Well, thank you so much for helping us today. And I'm looking forward to connecting with you, real soon in the future too. So
For
thank you.
sure. Thank you, Simone.
I'm just going to stop the recording now, but I still wanted to tell you something.